Okay, and that is going to be it. Go ahead and drop that. Hit cancel. Drop that. And we are going to open. I'll close that, of course. Open this right here. Hey. Let's drop that. Alright, that is going to be the deck we're going to play today, and we're going to take ourselves outside real quick, and we'll be right back to get this stream started. Alright, let's go, boys. Got some ladders to join. Climb, I mean. Alright. Ba 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 ba. Scabba doo 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 doo. Alright. Test this 1 2 1 2. How we all hearing me tonight? Sounds pretty good. So let's go ahead and move on over here to this scene. Oh, no, wrong scene. Let's go here. There we go. That's better. Now I couldn't see what's going on here. Okay. So, hello everyone. We are playing some Zendikar Vampires, or at least close to Zendikar Vampires. We made some edits to the deck from last night. We added Tiny Bones into the deck. Not a vampire, but a very good one-drop creature. And we also added Knight of Dusk's Shadow as a replacement for Calastria Highborn. And so far it's seeming to work pretty well, especially with that menace and the opponents can't gain life part. Pretty nice. So, taking a look at the deck, we are running Phantom Interference, Duress, Tiny Bones, Bitter Triumph, Knight of Dusk's Shadow, Nowhere to Run, Gatekeeper of Malakir. We are running Preacher of the Schism, Karsi Revenant, and Kaido. It's a pretty decent build. I've been climbing the ladder with it last night, and we're going to play some more tonight. So let's see how far we can get with this deck. Okay, we're up against Ben Pix. We have a Cavern of Souls, a Restless Reef. We have Phantom Interference, Duress, 2 Knights, and a Preacher. And it looks okay, so I think we'll keep it. Okay, opponent opens with a Jagged Barrens, deals 1 damage to us. I'm going to play this Restless Reef on turn 1. Don't really have anything else I can do. Oh, what's going on with that tiger over there? Oh, Bolt Wave. Double Bolt Wave, okay. They really want to do some damage to us. So let's go and play this right here. We're going to go and name Vampire. I'm going to hold my mana open, just in case they play a creature. Okay, they play a Eroded Canyon, deals 1 damage to us. They're doing a lot of damage so far. Okay, so they ain't doing anything else. So let's go ahead and play this Cavern of Souls, naming Knight. Okay, so first up, I think we want to do the Knight of Dusk's Shadow, so that we can also cast a Duress. Okay, let's see what they have in their hand still, because they're not playing any creatures. So far, they're just playing burn spells. Okay, a Burst Lightning and a Shock. I think we're going to take care of that Burst Lightning. Okay, they're definitely going to play the Screaming Nemesis this turn. Yeah, there it comes. Yeah, they're gonna get the 3 damage in, because I'm definitely not blocking that. Ow. And then maybe Torch the Dusk Knight? Oh, no, they're just going to blast me right off the bat with that. Okay, that's cool. So let's go ahead and go here. The 3rd Cavern of Souls. Sure, let's say Cleric. Why not? Okay, let's see here. So let's just go ahead and deal with this right now. Get rid of that. And we're going to play another Dusk Knight. And then attack for 2. Let's see if we have an opportunity to turn this game around before they burn us out. That's another 1 damage. And another Screaming Nemesis. I think we just lose. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Not good. Well, here's what we can do, is we can attack. Oh, we don't have the right colors for the Bane of Nightmares. Yeah, I think we just lose this. Yeah. Getting 3 Caverns of Souls was not great. Good for anti-counter spells, but pretty terrible for casting anything else. See, I just remembered something. I wanted to make some edits to the deck itself, and as far as like the mana base is concerned, because the Gloomlike Verge tends to not be too good if you don't have a whole lot of basic lands. So let's get rid of that. We're gonna add 2 more swamps, and actually no, we're just gonna add 4 more swamps. We're just gonna get rid of the Gloomlake Verge just altogether. Okay. Let's try again. That was an absurd pair up. The fact that he burned his own creature just to ensure that it was going to lock me out of life gain. That was an interesting play. Okay, opponent goes first. We have a Darklick Shores and 2 swamps, Kaido, Bitter Triumph, Gatekeeper, and Karsi. This is a much better open, so we'll keep this. Okay, turn 1, I'm going to go with the Darklick Shores. Okay, they are playing a island, blue-red. Okay, so this is just Izzet. Easy enough. Let's go ahead and turn. Easy enough to understand, I should say. Not easy enough to beat. Ugh, double Steel Cutter. That's not good. Alright, well, let's go here, and... yeah, I guess we're just gonna play the Karsi Revenant. We can't just, like, chill out and wait for them to do things on their own. Okay, they're torching the tower. And casting Bounce Off. Okay. Anything to get those creatures into play, right? Alright, let's go here. Let's go Karsi Revenant again. One good thing about fighting prowess creatures is Death Touch comes in really handy. Ooh. Let's see if they got anything. You want a Spell Pierce? Yeah, I'll let that resolve actually. Sure. Resolve? Decline. I got a card out of your hand. That was the important part. Here, let's go ahead and kick this Gatekeeper. Get rid of your creature. Yeah, target you. There you go. That worked perfectly for me. Let's go and play the Swamp. Okay. Deal 1 damage to me. See, that's what I like seeing. I like seeing the opponents run out of things to cast. Yeah, let's ninja this into play. Get my Gatekeeper back. That way we can kick it again next turn, if they get any creatures out. Alright. Let's go and Surveil 2. I'll keep the Knight, just to have an extra creature. And I'm going to hold my mana available, so I can use my Nowhere to Run on their turn. Oh, they're going to gain life now. Very nice. Okay, well, they're not doing anything, so I guess we'll just do our thing now. Okay, so here's a cool thing we can do. We're going to go +1 to give our ninjas +1. They're going to attack. And then we're going to cycle in the other Kaido, bouncing this one. Doing this will allow us to connect, and then use this Kaido for its abilities. That way we get 2 Kaido plays per turn. Got a Restless Reef anyways. Okay, let's play a Dusk Knight and end the turn. I think we have enough removal to counter pretty much anything they do at this point. And I think they see that, so they're going to say good game. Okay, very nice. Let's go again. Alright, our opponent is Sunflower Menace. That's an interesting name. Okay, opponent goes first. We have an Underground River and a Cavern of Souls, 2 Tiny Bones, Nowhere to Run, and Carsey Revenant. So I think we will keep. Okay, opponent opens with a Meticulous Archive. And they're going to keep their card right where it is. So we're going to go Cavern of Souls. I'm going to yell Skeleton. And play Tiny Bones. Okay, we play an Island. And Inquisitive Glimmer. Okay, let's play this Darkslick Shore. And we're going to go ahead and Nowhere to Run the Glimmer. And then we'll attack. We can't play their Glimmer this turn, because we don't have the mana, unfortunately. Okay, looks like they're not doing anything with their turn. Probably didn't have any lands to do anything. That's fine. So let's go ahead and hit next. Then we will play the Inquisitive Glimmer for any color, right? Yeah. So we'll tap that for Carlos and tap that for blue and play it. Then I'm going to Duress you with the Underground River. Unable to Scream. We have Bottomless Pool. And we have Restricted Office. So I think we'll get rid of the Bottomless Pool, because I don't want them to have the opportunity to get their Inquisitive Glimmer back to their own hand. Fear of Infinity. Whenever an enchantment you control enters and whenever you fully unlock a room, you may return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and play Darkslick Shore. And then we're going... Do they have anything worth duressing? Well, there's the Restricted Office. We can get rid of that. Or we can get rid of Unable to Scream. So, what do you have here? Target non-land permanent, huh? Okay, well let's open with the attack first. Yeah, we'll play that. Play the Bottomless Pool. And bounce that back to your hand. Then, I think we'll Duress you. And get rid of that Unable to Scream. End turn. Okay, they're going to play another Bottomless Pool. Bouncing the Inquisitive Glimmer back to their hand, and then playing it. That was bound to happen at some point. Here, let's get rid of that. Auto pay. Comes in, make you sacrifice a creature. Very cool. And then we'll attack for 1. Unable to Scream? God, I wish I could do that right now, but I can't. Opponent says no thank you. No targets on the table. Can't really steal your Unable to Scream. I love Gatekeeper of Malakir. It's such a fun card. Having the ability to, like, apply pressure while also making the opponent sacrifice creatures is pretty nice. Grand Tasso is our opponent today. Okay, we get to go first. We have a Cavern of Souls and a Swamp, 2 Phantom Interference, which we cannot play off of Cavern of Souls, unfortunately, 2 Knight of Dusk's Shadow, and a Preacher. We'll keep it. Alright, let's go here, and we're going to play... we're going to call Knight right now. Let's see what they do. Okay, they play Darkslick Shores. Right, let's go with this Swamp and Knight of Dusk Shadow. Okay, so they are a Esper build. Let's go here. We're going to name Vampire. We're going to attack for 2. See what they do. Okay, they cast nowhere to run. Onto the Knight. Resolve. Alright, I'll play this Preacher. Alright, Darkslick Shores. They're up to 3 lands now. Optimistic Scavenger. Is this Pixie? It might be, I don't know. Okay, let's go here. Then we will go ahead and attack for 2. We get both triggers because we both happen to be at the same life total. Very nice. Oh, they're going to cast Nowhere to Run, huh? Okay. Okay. I'll do the same thing. Alright. Dusk Shadow. We all like Nowhere to Run around here. It's a great card. Fear of Isolation. Alright. Oh, and they bounced their land instead. Interesting. Did they not have another land to play? Alright. Attack with those. Make another Vampire. What you gonna do? You can block the Preacher if you want to. It's up to you. Okay. Oh, this town just ain't big enough. Alright, sure. Bounce him. Alright. Take the 2 damage. And we're gonna play another Preacher. So they can play the Nowhere to Run to get rid of our other Knight of Dusk Shadow. They can't really do anything about the Preachers themselves. Ooh, Overlord. Okay. Alright, they're gonna mill those and get back a Pixie, probably? Oh no, they got back the Optimistic Scavenger. Okay. Ooh. Too bad I can't produce blue for that. That sucks. That's okay. Let's attack like that. Draw 2 cards. Oh, very nice cards. I like them. Alright. Not blocking anything. Cool. Alright. Let's go with that, and I think we're going to play another Knight of Dusk Shadow. End the turn. We're surprisingly going a little wide here. Alright. They ain't doing anything. My turn. Alright, well, let's duress them. Get something fun out of that hand of theirs. Okay, they're going to cast Nowhere to Run on the Knight of Dusk Shadow. Okay, cool. Resolve. Resolve. Alright, well, take that Spell Pierce. Okay, so for now, I think we're just going to attack. Draw some more cards. Can we draw blue mana source? No, we cannot. Alright. So they want to flash in the Sunpearl Kirin, probably. Alright. Let's do this now. Get rid of that. Gotcha. Hey, hey, rank up. We're now in Silver 1. Check that out. That's pretty cool. Not too bad so far. So, I'll take a quick moment here because I notice a few people have joined the stream. Hello, how you doing? Nice to see you. I'm just going to show you real quick what we're playing tonight. So this is my best attempt at a resurrection of an old deck from 2010. It's a deck that I used to play. It was a tribal theme vampires deck from like 2010. And what we're doing is we're running Dimir. We got Phantom Interference for a little bit of counter spells because we don't have access to Mana Leak, unfortunately. We're running 3 copies of Duress. We're running Tiny Bones, Bitter Triumph as removal, Night of Dusk Shadow as a way to fight life gain and to just beat the opponent up. Nowhere to Run is another great removal spell, Gatekeeper of Malakir to make the opponent sacrifice. Preacher of the Schism and Karsi Revenant are our creatures. Kaido, Bane of Nightmares, is our surrogate Planeswalker right now. Planeswalker I did play back in the day was Jace the Mind Sculptor in this deck, but our current Jace isn't really the same boogeyman that he used to be. So I'm running Kaido instead, because it does a pretty decent job. So let's keep going. Yeah, our current Jace is more for the Millstone strategy, not so much the mid-range. That's a little difficult. Creatures and land, no removal. But I'd rather not mulligan down, so we'll keep it. Alright, Shadowy Backstreet. Here's Surveil 1. Ooh, Darkslick Shores. Get that Tiny Bones. Okay, they play a Bleachbone Verge. So they are fully in Orzhov. Okay, let's attack. For 1. Alright, they didn't do anything with it, so let's go ahead and Night of Dusk Shadow. Really like the art on that knight. Really cool looking. Okay, another Bleachbone Verge. They play Temporary Lockdown. Alright. I have been locked. Alright, let's go ahead and play Cavern of Souls. We're going to name Vampire. Play a Vampire. Okay. Shadowy Backstreet. They Surveil 1. Looks like the cards stay in there. So that tells me they like what they see. Oh, it's been anointed. Bye-bye. Alright, let's go and play this swap and play Night of Dusk Shadow. Say next, end turn. Let's see if they're gonna do anything this game. Because if this is just like a straight up control deck, I think we're just gonna move on to the next game. Okay, they play Caretaker's Talent. Pass. Alright, my turn. Okay, we got a Phantom Interference, that's kinda good. So let's go ahead and attack for 2. Alright, they didn't do anything about it. Cool. Pass. Alright, still not doing anything. Alright, Underground River. Next. Attack for 2. Anything? Oh, I'm gonna play Go for the Throat. I can't really do anything about that. Alright. Cool. End turn. That is an unfortunate thing, is not having a real way to deal with what they're doing there. Because they're playing Removal Tribal over there. Right, end turn. Okay, they're looking at my lands for some reason. Alright, my turn. Alright, Dark Slick Shores, next. Attack for 3. Does it connect? Rides and, well, unfortunately, it does exile. Alright, you know what? I'm bored of this game already. We're gonna move on to the next one. This game's going to be like a 20 to 30 minute game, so we're just going to play 3 more games in the time that it would take to try and beat this guy. So one thing about control decks is they go nowhere for a very long time until they decide to finally turn the corner and win. I can't blame them for the strategy, though, because the most popular decks right now are aggro decks. So, to see decks like that right now, can't be too surprised. Okay, Dark Slick Shores and Cavern of Souls. We have a Phantom Interference, a Duress, a Bitter Triumph, a Knight, and a Carsey. We'll keep it. Okay, Dark Slick Shores. We'll take that, and we'll see what our opponent is up to. Okay, Brotherhood's End, Lightning Helix, Torch the Tower, and a Concede! Look at that. If we didn't concede that previous game, we would still be stuck in there. GG. Just like that, we're into a whole nother game. Okay, opponent goes first. We have 3 lands, a Phantom Interference, a Kaido, a Duress, and a Gatekeeper Malker. That's a pretty solid open. I'm going to keep it. Okay, they open with a Fabled Passage. They will then sacrifice it to go get a land. That land is a forest. Very cool. Alright, let's go with the Dark Slick Shores on 1 and hit them with the Duress. What you got? Analyze the Pollen, Up the Beanstalk, and Sleight of Hand. Okay, so we know what deck this is. So, Up the Beanstalk's gotta go. Bushwhack, go get a land. And a Sleight of Hand. Sleight of Land. Okay. Next turn, let's go with the Underground River. And let's see, what do they got there? They got Eddie Merc, they got Analyze the Pollen. You know, I'm just going to go with the Gatekeeper right now. I can't foresee them doing anything worthwhile with their next turn. And if I can get a Kaido onto the table early, I would like to do that. Okay, play an island. They could have a bounce spell right now. Nope, Analyze the Pollen. So go get a basic land. Alright, sweet. So let's go Swamp. They're holding priority for some reason. Alright, let's attack. Alright. Let's go ahead and Ninja Vanish this into play. Bouncing the Gatekeeper Malik here so that we can reuse it later. Alright, they took some damage. Let's do a Surveil 2. Nowhere to Run can go away. We'll keep the Phantom Interference. Seed of Hope. Mill 2 cards, then gain 2 life. Okay. How many spells are in the graveyard now? That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. Alright, well. Gatekeeper. Auto pay that. Target you. Get that shit out of here. Alright. Then we'll attack for 3. And then we will Surveil 2. Try and get a land. There's a land. I like both of those, though. We'll keep it like that. Get that land into play. So they could play the Beanstalk right now if they wanted to, but I think they want to keep mana available for Edimere Crab. Oh, no, they're going to Bushwhack. Okay. Play the land. Very cool. Up the Beanstalk. Okay, so now they will still have the 2 blue available to play the Edimere Crab. Okay. So let's go ahead and actually we'll cancel that. So let's go to our attack step and see what they try to do. Okay. You know, honestly, I think we're just going to counter that right now. Alright. Take some damage. And then I'm going to Surveil too. Okay, that's a good land. Send that down. Get that land. Play that land. And keep the mana available for Phantom Interference as well. And just try to control this game as much as possible. Alright, Fabled Passage. Get it. See what they're gonna do. Delirium Terror, huh? Okay, sure. Resolve that, draw a card. Resolve, draw a card. What you got? Waiting. Abhorrent Oculus, huh? Okay, let's counter that. You got a Spell Pierce? If you got a Spell Pierce, that'd be awesome for you. Because then that would neutralize my Gatekeeper. But you didn't. Okay. Let's gatekeep that. Kick it! Alright. Comes in. Kick you. Unsummon, huh? I'm gonna say no to that. Yes! That's how you do it. That was a great game. I'm so happy with how that turned out. Gatekeeper of Malakir, man. No one suspects it. Lumbering Laundry. That's a weird card. Alright, let's go again. This deck is really fun. Tanroth is our opponent today. They're playing a Jace avatar, so that tells us they might be in blue. But that's a big might. Underground River and Swamp, we have Phantom Interference, Duress, Gatekeeper, Knight of Dusk's Shadow, and No to Run. I'm gonna keep. Let's see what they play first turn. They play a Forest and a Rustvine Cultivator. It is tap to put an oil counter on the creature, or tap remove an oil counter from this creature to untap target land. Okay, so let's open with Duress. See what they have in their hand. Banner of Kinship. Okay. Dinosaur, Worm, and Elvish Archdruid. Okay. This is an odd deck. So I'm sure they're trying to ramp into playing big nasties. Okay. Let's go Underground River. Let's go... I have a feeling they're going to try to cast the Elvish Archdruid next turn, so let's wait it out. even if they don't get an extra land, they can use the Rustvine Cultivator to untap and play the Elvish Archdruid. Yeah, go ahead and do it. Yep. There we go. That's why we do it. Okay, and this turn, I think we'll play the Night of Dusk Shadow this turn. We're a little stuck on land, and we kind of need to get the ball rolling. Okay, to play Elf for Dwynen's Elite. Okay. Tap the Cultivator to put an oil counter, maybe? Maybe. I don't know. Okay. They did. Alright, well, let's go ahead and attack for 2. See what they do. Gotta block with 2 creatures. If they choose to block with both, I can just know to run one of them. Invoke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Potentially 7. Okay, yeah. We need to keep mana open for Phantom Interference because they're going to try to play Ancient Imperiosaur next turn. And that would be very difficult for us to get rid of. Yep. Tap for a green. Use the Rustvine Cultivator to untap the forest. Mm-hmm. Oh, they're creating a creature. Okay, that's new. Alright, pass. I was expecting them to try to play the Imperiosaur. Color me surprised. Yeah, I'll take the 3 damage, no big deal. But I will also destroy your land, because that seems like a good play right now. Ugh. Being stuck on land kinda sucks. Alright, let's put him to 16. End turn. Manowar Elves. Okay. I could counter that. I don't think I want to. Alright, tap for an oil counter. This is a weird deck, man. Pass? Yeah, we'll take the 3. No big deal. Alright, my turn. Hey, there's a land, finally. Alright, we'll say... Knight or Vampire? I think we're gonna do Vampire. Okay. So, here's the thing, is this costs 7. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's almost enough. I mean, I could play the Preacher, but if they get another land, it's going to make things very difficult for me. I think I need to hold back. No tax. Yeah, they did just draw land. So this would definitely be the perfect turn for them to play the Imperiosaur. Had a feeling. Alright, get out of here. Alright, my turn. Cool. Let's do some stuff. Let's play Carsey Revenant. Attack or 2. I don't think they have enough to play the Quilled Greatworm. Did I just say Greatworm? Great, they had another Imperiosaur. Fantastic. Alright, cool. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and play a Tiny Bones. And then I'm also going to play a Night and Dusk's Shadow. Pay for it. And then I'm going to attack with the Carsey Revenant, just to gain some life back. I think they might have it just because the Ancient Imperiosaur just tramples over me. We're about to find out, though. Okay. Tap on tap. Yep! They got it! GG, friend. GG. Did not have the right removal for that. It's all good. These things happen. What a weird elf deck. Easy target, huh? Are you trying to fool me? Okay. Opponent goes first. We have 2 Cavernous Souls and an Underground River. Duress, Knight of the Dusk Shadow, and 2 Preachers. Let's keep it and hope for the best. Alright, they open with Eroded Canyon, deals 1 damage to me. I'm going to play Underground River and pay 1 life to Duress you. What you got? Okay, Experimental Augury, that's a Proliferate, Reject Imperfection, Slagstorm, and Ral. Out of all of these, Ral is the most important card. Right, Mountain, and they do nothing. Let's go Cavernous Souls, naming Knight. Play the Knight. We're going to make that counterspell very awkward in their hand. Wonder what that last card in their hand is. They have Demolition Field, Slagstorm, which will deal 3 to each creature. They have Reject Imperfection, that will counter a spell. Experimental Augury, which they can cast right now. And 1 mystery card in their hand. Alright, they cast the Augury. We'll get 3 cards from your library. Put 1 into your hand, rest on the bottom, and Proliferate. I actually really like this card. This card is so good for toxic decks. Okay, Eroded Canyon, 1 to me. Sweet, alright. Cavernous Souls, naming Vampire. We're going to play Preacher. Attacker 2. Love me some caverns. Storm Chaser's Talon, okay. Very cool. Alright, let's get rid of it. Oh, cancel. We gotta do Underground River. Alright. Now get rid of it. This is going to hurt us a little bit to happen though, unfortunately. Target you. Eliminate. Attack. Create Vampire. Pop, pop. Oh, they are 3 steps ahead. Look at that. And they discard a card. So this next turn, they're probably going to drop a Slagstorm, because it will eliminate 3 of my cards. At least it's what I would do. Okay, resolved. It's gone. I will go get a swamp. Take action. And they went to go get a mountain. Wow, I'm surprised you didn't eliminate my my board there. Alright, let's attack. Draw a card. Alright. And I don't think they're going to have like a very good removal suite for me, so I guess we'll just play the creature. Sure. Creature's so good. Alright, Slagstorm. Got another one? Brotherhood's End! Awesome, that works. Alright, let's Restless Reef. Yeah, you can mill some cards. Ooh, that was a good mill too. Alright, let's play that. Demo field. Yeah, they're gonna blow my Restless Reef right now. Yep. That's what I would do. Okay. Surprised they're not elevating their spell to the next level. Oh, you want to vault that, huh? Okay. Well, let's activate. And activate. There we go. Did consume a lot of my mana, but that's okay. Oh, Storm Chaser's talent. Cool. Alright, let's go here. Go here. Make him sacrifice that creature. Whew. Off you go. End turn. Alright. Activate. Go to level 2. Get a card back. I'm probably going to get that 3 mana Volt Charge. Yep, that's what I thought. Perfect. Because that means I can full cast my Phantom Interference. Oh. Did they change their mind? Do they know what I have in my hand? Not likely. Alright, pop him for 2. End turn. I don't want to drop the Karsi Revenant just in case they have another, like, deal 3 to everything card. Alright, go get a card back. Yep, Brotherhood's in. That's about what I expected. You got it. That is exactly why I waited. GG, friend. Good game. I did have fun that game. And not just because I won. See, it's not just because of like the creatures or the win conditions that are in this deck that makes this deck so much fun for me. It's all of the interaction. Like, there's so much interaction in this deck, and it makes me really happy. Okay, we get to go first. Wow, that is a rarity with this deck. I think this is actually the first time we've gone first all night. So we got 3 lands: Knight of Dusk's Shadow, Nowhere to Run, Creature, and Karsi Revenant. I will keep. I think they might be thinking about a mulligan. Nope, they kept all 7. Good for them. So let's go ahead and play Darkslick Shores and pass the turn. Okay, they play a Fabled Passage. I will play an Underground River, and then play a Knight of Dusk's Shadow. If everything goes according to plan, and this doesn't get removed next turn, I might be able to get Kaido out early. Okay, they play a swamp. My hopes might have been dashed. We'll find out. Alright. Cavern of Souls, naming vampire. Going to attack, see what happens. Alright. Ninja vanish. Pop. Alright, let's go Surveil 2. I actually like both of those cards. So I think I'm going to go like this and then like that. Because I already have one Carsey Revenant in my hand. Okay, we play a Swamp. And a Glissa. Okay, that works for me. Alright, let's get rid of that Glissa. Then we will attack for 3. And then we will Surveil 2, hope for a land. Alright, that is a land. So we'll go like that. Get the land into play. And then pass the turn. Because we're still early enough in the game that Phantom Interference can actually be good. Perfect. Alright, off you go. Alright, my turn. Let's see. Let's go ahead and attack for 3. It was so good. Alright, we're gonna Surveil. Try to get another land. Dark Slick, it's okay. I like Preacher. What? But I already have one Preacher in my hand, so we'll go like that. Get the land. Play the land. And we have... Let's play the Night of Dusk Shadow. That way we still have mana available to cast a Bitter Triumph. Perfect. Alright, Ren is here. Just going to make a land, a 3/3 elemental creature with vigilance, hexproof, and haste until your next turn. Still a land. Alright. Pass. You going to attack? Tap it. Tap it. Come on. Alright. I'll pay 3 life and destroy it. Oh, okay. Cool. I'm totally okay with that. Yeah, no box. I'm totally fine with that. Alright, let's Carsey Revenant this. Kill that. And then play another knight. Then we will go like this and do ninjas get +1.
I've trained with the best.
Got another one? Oh, it's got a Liliana. That works. Make me sacrifice a creature.
Right? And you think you can win?
Ooh, Innkeeper's Talent. Okay. I think you're running out of options really quickly over there.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Alright, let's go like that. Next, this attacks here. This attacks here. Go. Alright, go to 7.
Luck favors the foolish, after all.
Then we will Surveil 2.
Information is a
Send that down. Keep that. I already have 2 more Carseys in my hand. Let's play Preacher. Alright, and end the turn. Flying Death Touch Lifelink Kaido is pretty bizarre. I like that a lot. Alright, rank that up. We made it to gold. How do you like that? Very nice. This deck's stupid. Okay. So, we made it to gold. I'm going to take a quick break real quick, and I will be back in about 5 or so minutes. I need to take my dogs outside, so I'll be right back. Okay. Refresh button. Okay. And just like that, we are back. Dogs are all taken out. We can play some more Magic the Gathering. Let's play. So we are in gold rank now. So let's see how much further we can go today before we gotta turn the stream off. I would like to go for at least one more hour. Let's see how far we get. Okay. So, opponent goes first. We have a Cavern of Souls and an Underground River, a Gatekeeper of Malakir, Knight of Dusk's Shadow, Nowhere to Run, Preacher, and Carsey Revenant. Seems okay. I'll keep it. Okay. They get a Razorverge Thicket first, and a Toadstool Admirer. Good thing I got that Nowhere to Run. Nothing really being played first turn, so I'm going to say... I'm just going to set this to Vampire. Alright, want to place a Brushland into Audacity. Yep, that's about what I expected from this deck. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go Underground River. We're going to pass the turn. Because they're very likely going to load up that Toadstool with a bunch of enchantments. I've seen this deck a lot. Calyx, huh? Okay. Well, now that that's taken care of, we are free to nuke the Toadstool Admirer. They do get to draw a card from the Audacity, but that's okay. Okay. Okay, so we unfortunately did not draw another land, so we have to do this right now before they get a chance to support their creature. Okay, get another land, and so did we. Very nice. Alright, show me what you got. Yeah, Feather Flight, Sharp... Oh. They had a bunch of enchantments, but nothing to enchant. How do you like that? It is an interesting deck. I will definitely give them that. I think my version of enchantments is a little bit better, though. Alright, let's go to the next game. Alright, our opponent today is... Hey, Tony! What's your name? Alright, we had to go first. 3 lands, Tiny Bones, 2 Gatekeepers, and a Preacher. I like what I see. Let's play it. Alright, first turn is going to be the Darkslick Shores into a Tiny Bones. That's a really cool card sleeve. I like that. Alright, they play an Inspiring Vantage. I will open with an attack. They take it. Alright, Restless Reef. A second Inspiring Vantage. Okay, so this is a mobilized deck. So let's open with a kicked Gatekeeper of Malakir. And we will attack. Unfortunately, we can't steal it from them this turn, but maybe next turn. Alright, they play a Sunbillow Verge. Into a Howl Squad Heavy. Interesting. Okay. Well, that creature has to attack this turn. Block that. Y'all want to single say block that. Okay. Let's go ahead and I will go next and attack with the Tiny Bones and see what they do. Okay. Yep, I will definitely take that Voice of Victory. Autopay. And then I'm going to Bitter Triumph. I'll pay 3 life to do it. To get rid of that Howl Squad Heavy. Alright, play Mountain. And play Impact Tremors. Very good card. I love Impact Tremors. Dollmaker Shop, huh? Okay. Whenever one or more non-toy creatures you control attack a player, create a 1/1 white toy artifact creature token. Alright, cool. So let's go Restless. We're gonna go next. We're gonna attack for a lot. And then we're gonna take your Hell Squad. Yeah, I'm a little surprised you didn't concede already. GG, friend. This deck is fun. I'm sorry. I'm having way too much fun with this. Okay. So we got 2 Restless Reef, 2 Gatekeepers, a Knight, a Nowhere to Run, and a Karsi Revenant. Thankfully, we get to go first because both of these lands come into play tapped. So let's go. Okay, so looks like they did a mulligan, at least one mulligan. Okay, yeah, so they mulligan down to 6. Let's go with this Restless Reef and Sego. Alright, they play a Thran Portal, choosing Plains, into a Ruin Lurker Bat. Okay, let's go Cavern of Souls. We're going to name... We're going to name Vampire. But we're still going to play the Knight of Dusk Shadow. Get a little bit of a life gain prevention going. Lunar Convocation, huh? Okay. I'm into it. Yep. Take 1 damage. Alright, let's get this Restless Reef going. Next, attack for 2. I love Knight of Dusk Shadow. It completely nullifies life gain. Shelter by Gauss. Sweet. Alright, let's go Nowhere to Run. Get out of here. Alright, my turn. Let's go Preacher. Attack for 2. Alright, they go Thran Portal into Amalia Benavides Aguirre. Alright, let's go ahead and gatekeep that. Knock out their creature. And get to attacking. Alright, you go to 6. That was dirty. I'm sorry, that was really dirty. And I don't feel bad about it at all. Thank you, Knight of Dusk Shadow. Okay. Cristo is our opponent today. Let's see what they have for us. We get to go first, so we have 3 lands, Underground River, 2 swamps, a Kaido, a Duress, a Tiny Bones, and a Bitter Triumph. I will keep. Alright, let's go swamp into Tiny Bones. Alright, opponent goes Meticulous Archive. Surveil 1. They chose not to surveil. I'm gonna go here and go Duress. Okay, what do we got here? Temporary Lockdown, Jace, and Stock Up. Alright, so we're going to get the Temporary Lockdown, and we're also going to get their Stock Up. Attack. fine. Alright, second land. Let's go here. Let's go ahead and attack for 1, and then Kaido that into play. Auto pay it. Bounce. Pop ya. Surveil 2. Restless Reef, Darkslick Shore goes down. Pretty decent open. Okay, you play Plains. See, they have a Jace, they have a Beza. Do they have a way to get rid of Kaido? Not that I can see. Alright, let's go next. Attack. Then we'll do the Surveil again. Duress. Send that down. Draw the Duress. Cast the Duress. Temporary lockdown. And 2 Jaces. Yeah, let's take that other temporary lockdown. Play the Restless Reef. And they're going to play Beza next turn. So we'll just wait. Yep, Beza comes in. Resolve that. Okay, before that ability resolves, I'll pay 3 life. And eliminate Beza. Okay, all they got off that was a little bit of life gain. Alright, next. Attack for 3. Alright, Surveil 2. Night of Dusk, Shadow, or Swamp? I want the Swamp. The night can go away. Alright, give me Tiny Bones. And give me Carsey Revenant. End turn. Alright, play Jace. You gonna mill me? Or give a creature -3. Oh, they're gonna mill me. Alright, sweet. That works for me. Awesome. We just got a Phantom. Alright, next. Attack. Give me... That'd be really funny to take your Jace. No, I'm gonna take your Beza. And then we're gonna go like this. We're gonna go Surveil. Give me the Cavern. That can go down. Play the Cavern. Naming Vampire. And end the turn. And that gives us enough mana to use Phantom Interference if we need to. Alright, paying it out. Let's go and do Phantom Interference. Counter their creature. Or Planeswalker, I guess. And that's that. That was rough. We completely controlled the control deck every step of the way. You love to see it. Dowsing device, huh? That's cool. Gotta say, I think I'm gonna keep playing this deck. This deck is really fun. Dummy Thick. This guy's name is Dummy Thick Kicks. I love this guy. We can be friends. Alright, he plays a forest. Alright, pop at recruit, sweet. Alright, let's go Restless Reef. Jesus Christ. Alright. Plays a Carrion Beast Collar. Yep, come on in. I'm gonna play this swamp. Say go. This guy might actually just beat us. just because of the +1 counters. The +1 counter game might actually just get us. You know, yeah. We're gonna go to the next game. Yeah. Good game, friend. You do have those dummy thick kicks. Holo. Okay. Say dinosaur enjoyer. Alright, we get to go first. 4 lands of Phantom Interference, a Duress, and a Creature of the Schism. I will keep. Are they taking a mulligan? Looks like they are. Which is great for us, because we get to knock their hand down by an additional point. Potentially. Could be possible they keep a hand that doesn't have any spells in it. Let's find out. Aha! Monstrous Rage and Corey Steelcutter. Get that cutter out of here. Yep. Get that Swift Spear. Yeah. Alright. Ooh, Dark Slick number 2. Alright. Island. Corey Steelcutter. Let's interfere with that. Yeah, we'll take 2 this turn. Yep. Alright. Perfect timing. Let's get that Gatekeeper. And kick it. Get out of here. Awesome. You'll love to see it. Alright, here we go. Creature of the Schism. Alright, hit him for 2. You're up. It's funny how effective Death Touch is against this deck. It's like their whole like idea is to get creatures out and like pump them above the power or toughness of the blockers, so that their creatures survive combat always. But Death Touch just says no to that. Sure. We can opt for something better. Yeah, Death Touch does kind of trivialize this deck by a lot. Alright, my turn. Alright, well, let's go ahead and activate the Restless Reef. And swing in. Yeah, you can mill some cards. Ooh, that was a good thing to get rid of, too. Alright, put him to 5. Play another Reef. I love the Restless Reef. Ah, Corey is in the house. How you like that? But is it enough to stop me? That's the question. I don't think that it is. Monstrous Rage, my creature. So just so you can get a blocker. I love it. Fantastic. Alright, here we come. Animate. Attack. Mill some cards. Another great mill. Ooh, and a Phantom Interference. You love that. Good game, friend. Good game. There was really nothing they could do about that. All right, 25 and 250. I like it. Let's keep going. I like seeing so many of these Izzet and red decks on the ladder right now because Death Touch is so good against them. All right, Chalkinator 152, the Virtuous. All right, opponent gets to go first, which is not great for us, but we can still make it work. They do give us an opportunity to draw an extra card, so who knows? Maybe we draw something cool. Ooh, they mulligan. Into an Inspiring Vantage. And they plotted something. It's a Demonic Ruckus. Alright, let's go ahead and play Restless Reef. They play Plains into an Emberheart Challenger. And they're going to put the Ruckus on the Challenger. Yep. Yeah, you got it. Alright, let's go ahead and play Cavern of Souls, naming... I guess we'll name Vampire. Alright, and then we're going to Bitter Triumph. We're going to discard a card. Kill that. Discarding... I think we'll discard the Night of Dusk. Yeah, you get to draw a card off that. No big deal. Alright, Battlefield Forge. Restless Reef. Pass the turn. We do have Phantom Interference and Bitter Triumph to mess with whatever they try to play. And they don't try to play anything. Alright, here we go. Duress. Show what you got. Might of the Meek and Sheltered. Get rid of that Sheltered. And then we play Gatekeeper. Now that we know you don't have anything. Okay, play land. Alright, he plays a mountain. And he is plotting a ruckus in hopes for the future. Alright, Underground River. Let's play that. Next. Attack for 2. I love the disruption that this deck is affording me. See, it's really great at just counterbalancing your opponent. Yeah, swing on in. You don't have anything to do over there, so you don't really need to be holding priority for anything. I'm going to play the Preacher now, regardless of the fact that they have a chance to draw a creature next turn. I don't want to hold a potential play in hand and then have the opponent have nothing to do that turn. Just like that. Okay, you got one unknown card in hand and a Might of the Meek. Okay, we're going to make a vampire. Alright, we now have a vampire. And the rest of my hand is just all interaction. Yep, take the hit. Okay, another land. You have more land than any Boros deck should ever need. Alright, my turn. Alright, let's attack again. Yeah, they've pretty much run out of gas at this point. Oh, a land. I like that. Alright, they take the hits. Let's play that swamp and play a Preacher. Yeah, this kind of sucks for them. This is a really bad game for them because they only had one creature to start with. I wonder how many creatures they're actually playing. There we go. They got a creature finally. Alright. Demonic Ruckus. Good. +1 counter on the scavenger. You got it. This is going to be really bad for them next turn when I just gatekeeper them. Alright, another land. Yeah, this is just a really bad game for them. Just drawing the wrong cards in the wrong order. Alright, my turn. Sorry, man. Alright, kick it. Alright. You do get to draw a card off of it. Play the Reef. Next. Attack. We get to draw 2 cards. Very nice. Alright, knock him down. And yeah, just keep the 2 mana available. I mean, you're pretty much done at this point. A Manifold Mouse. Okay, cool. That is a really cute art on that Manifold Mouse. I like it a lot. Alright, yeah, that's gonna be it. Yep. Double strike on a turn, double strike on a turn. Ching ching. Yeah. Alright, my turn. Alright, play that. Play Night of Dusk's Shadow. Not that it matters. Swing in. Draw more cards. We've drawn so many cards this game. Oh my god. The game's over, man. No matter how you block, the game's over. There you go. GG, friend. Alright, we are now up to Gold Tier 2. This is working pretty well for us. Oh. Sugarcoat. I like the art on that. That art is really funny. Alright, let's go again. Dragon Elf the Mighty is our opponent. Let's see what kind of deck they're bringing to the table. Alright, opponent goes first. We have 3 lands, 2 counter spells, a Duress, and a Preacher. I will keep. Alright, opponent opens with a Plains. I will open with this Swamp and a Duress. Let's see what they're playing. Okay, 2 Shelter by Ghosts, Archangel, Youthful... Okay, it's an Angel deck. We can handle this. Alright, play Youthful Valkyrie. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play this Underground River so that I can cast Phantom Interference on whatever they try to play next turn. So that we can keep them down to a single creature so that Gatekeeper of Malakir can ensure that it clears the board. Yep. Okay. Now that that's done, we're going to play Cavern of Souls, naming Vampire, and then we're going to kick the Gatekeeper of Malakir. Target you. There we go. Perfect. Alright, Steel Seraph comes into play. Alright, let's go ahead and play this Swamp. We're going to play the Night of Dusk's Shadow. No. We are going to pay 2 black to play the Knight of Dusk Shadow. We're not going to tap blue mana to make it happen. No attacks. End turn. Shelter by Ghosts. Ooh, that sucks. They're just outside of range. Okay, cool. You take my knight? Yeah. I expected as much. Give it Vigilance. Smack him. Alright. Let's go ahead and play the Underground River and play a Preacher of the Schism. Paying this, this, and this. Black. No attacks. Another Seal Seraph? Alright, we can counter that. Give Vigilance. As I expected. Alright, take the damage. Alright, that's Darkslick Shores. Next, attack for 2. Creating a vampire token. Alright, they chose not to block, so we're going to go like this. Ninja. Autopay. Bouncing. Hit him. -2. Yes, and we'll pay the 2 to do it. Play the Darkslick Shores. There we go. That'll make sure that they don't attack us again with the Steel Seraph. And we'll play an Inspiring Overseer. Alright. So let's go ahead and go next. I'm going to attack with that, that, and that. See what you do. Block there. Alright. I'm into that. Alright. Let's go ahead and Surveil 2. Send both of those away. In hopes of getting a removal spell. No removal. That's fine. Let's play Karsi Revenant. And Preacher of the Schism. Metropolis Reformer. Okay. So I can't target them. So that is going to counter my emblem up. Let's go next. It's going to counter my my Gatekeeper of Malakir if I draw into it. I'm going to attack with everything. Okay, I'm just going to block there. Alright, we're going to Kaido in. Ninja. With that one right there. Next. Okay. And... oh gosh. Does this allow me to do it again? Oh no, it's trying to... this creature's dealt damage, gain that much life. Yeah, you gain some life. Alright. Next, we're going to go -2 to put 2 more stun counters on that. Autopay it. Keep it tapped down. They are pretty pummeled on mana right now. They have not drawn much of anything. Okay, you want to give that lifelink? You want to attack my Kaido? Okay, that's fine. I got another one in my hand.
I'm really not used to losing.
Ah, perfect. That's just what I needed. Get rid of that. Now I get my knight back. We can go next. Do you have a reaction for me? Oh, destroy evil. On that? You probably should have used that on the Preacher, but sure. Alright, well, he's just letting it happen, so we're gonna ninja in. That right there.
Eyes up. The housewarming party has arrived.
Alright, well, let's go here for 0. Send that down.
Secrets didn't stay hidden for long.
Let's get another knight out. Pay for it. There we go. You're up. Archangel of Wrath this year. Alright, cool. Alright, hit me for 2. Alright. Let's go ahead and let's see. 1, 2, 4, 5. Alright, +1. Next. Attack. With everything. Ooh, tiny bones. Alright, block there. Remember, no life gain. Block there. We gotta block with 2. No? Change your mind? Don't want to lose that Metropolis Reformer, huh? Okay, that works for me. And in that case, you're taking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's make it 10. Boom. GG. Knight of Dusk's Shadow is still really good. Being able to shut off life gain against white is so good. Okay, well, we only have one more win to get with this deck for our daily wins, so I guess let's go get it. Crashnulation is our opponent for the day. Let's get it. Alright, we get to go first. Wow, that was an interesting hand. We have 3 knights and a gatekeeper and 3 lands. Alright, first up is going to be the Restless Reef. Our opponent is playing black, so let's go Dark Slick Shores into a Knight of Dusk's Shadow. Swamp. Go for the throw. He's gone. Alright, let's go Swamp, Knight. You're up. This is probably a mono black removal tribal deck. Okay, they go Swamp into Liliana. Okay.
No more distractions.
Alright. Creature is sacrificed.
Sacrifices must
Alright,
be made.
next up. Knight of Dusk's Shadow. 3 for 3. Discard a card. You got it. I will discard Carsey Revenant. And what do you got? Edict, huh? That gets around my mana requirement, unfortunately. All right. Well, let's shoot. We're kind of wasted right now. Well, let's go and play that. Next, go. Unholy Annex, huh? All right. Sacrifice a creature. Yeah, well, we kind of have to. Resolve. Alright, give me a land. Just give me an untapped land. We'll be good. Alright, my turn. That's not what I needed. Okay. Well, they did get rid of their Liliana for us, though, so I think we're kind of okay. For the time being. Alright, they have a Soulstone Sanctuary. I'm going to untap a demon. Yep. Now we lose life, unfortunately. Restless Reef, huh? Yeah, I think this game's over. Yeah, with the all of the cards they're drawing, and having a 6/6 beater on the table that we can't deal with, no good for us. That's fine. Next game, please. Hard to go up against that much removal early in the game. Okay, we get to go first. We have a Cavern of Souls, a Dark Slick Shores, a Swamp, Tiny Bones, Gatekeeper of Malakir, Knight of Dusk Shadow, and Karsi Revenant. It's pretty decent. No interaction other than the Gatekeeper, but I think we can make it work. Alright, Dark Slick, Tiny Bones. They're a Kaya enjoyer, huh? Alright, let's go here. Let's go next. Attack for 1. Knight of Dusk Shadow. I'd rather put a little extra pressure on the table rather than duress early. What you got? What you got? They got nothing. They ain't got nothing. Vampire. Alright, next. Attack. Alright, damage goes in. Let's find out what they're actually playing over there. We're going to play a Get Lost. Alright. It is now lost. Alright, show me your cards. Destroy Evil, Caretakers, High Noon, Caretakers, and Elspeth. Get that Elspeth out of there. And let's map token. One more time. Karsi Revenant, that can stay. Alright, they play Caretaker's Talent. Alright, let's go here. Then let's go ahead and attack for 2. Unfortunately, we can't get the Elspeth just yet. What we can do is play a Karsi Revenant. End turn. So they have a Destroy Evil, a High Noon, and a Caretaker's Talent. The High Noon is not really good against us, because we typically only play 1 spell a turn anyways. They're going to Get Lost our guy. Yeah, they don't want us getting their Planeswalker. Alright, let's play another Tiny Bones. Hi, how you doing? Attack for 3. Alright, so I don't see any board wipes in their hand, so I'm going to play another Karsi. Alright. So they would definitely need to top deck a Sunfall right now. And also another land. Or a Wrath of God. That would get them out of this predicament too. But that Destroy Evil is looking pretty bad in their hand right now. Yep. Alright. Next. Attack. Ooh, that's right. We don't have enough to cast it. But you know what? That's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to Kaido this in for the Tiny Bones. Put him to 2. Then we will Surveil. Restless Reef can stay. Play it. And play a Tiny Bones. Oh shoot, I can't do it. You don't have the mana. Alright, that's fine. Aye! They conceded anyways. That works for us. Thank you, Kaido. Okay, and that pretty much does it. We've got all 15 of our daily and weekly wins done and dusted. So I have to say, profile, where we started in like low silver and ended up in gold tier 2 in just 2 hours of gameplay. We did pretty dang well. So let's go ahead and go to the orbs. How many orbs did we get? 4. Wow, we got 4 orbs today. So let's spend them real quick. Get the Zergo. Get the Baron Step Siege. And we'll get the Holomark Siege. Very cool. Alright, into the store. I'm just clearing the yellow markers right now. Oh, we got 3 packs of Tarkir. I like that. Naga Flesh Crafter. Cool. Alright, and this is an Eshki Dragonclaw. And this is Sidisi, Regent of the Mire. Very cool. Alright, we got some cool stuff here. So I want to actually take a look at my untapped.gg profile for this deck. So give me a moment here, and we're going to change our screen. I'm going to change it to web browsing. So let me pull this up. I'll bring this up here. That way you guys can see it too. Okay, so we got here is we're going to go down to see what our win rate was for our deck today. Because I think we did pretty well. Wow, we did really well. Dimir Vampires, 73% win rate. We won 22 matches and lost 8. That's pretty solid, honestly. Like, I've got no issues with that whatsoever. Good job, Vampires. I'm going to definitely keep that in mind. Actually, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do function home, and we're going to go ahead and copy that for posterity, of course. All right, let's go ahead and go back to our gameplay. There we go. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Like, I was not expecting this deck to do that well, but it really did. Like, 73% win rate is pretty solid. And I gotta say, I would attribute that to all of the interaction that this deck has. It's like this deck has a ton of interaction. But we can take a look at it real quick if you'd like to. So let's go into the game here. So let's go take a look at the deck real quick, and I'll show you exactly what we're running. So in case you had not picked up on it just yet, we are running 4 copies of Phantom Interference, 3 copies of Duress, 3 copies of Tiny Bones, 3 copies of Bitter Triumph, 4 Knight of Dusk's Shadow. That locking people out of life gain is so damn solid. I love everything about that. I will be very sad when Knight of Dusk's Shadow leaves standard. That is so, so strong. Nowhere to Run, amazing removal. Gets around hexproof, gets around ward costs. So good. Gatekeeper of Malakir. No one sees this coming. I doubt people even know this is in standard right now. This card is so good. I love Gatekeeper Malakir. Preacher of the Schism, amazing card right now. Karsi Revenant, amazing. Kaido wins games on his own with the ability to dodge mass removal. It's just such a good damn card. I love it. In case you can't tell, I'm very happy with this deck right now. At the moment, I probably wouldn't change anything about it. I might want to add a sideboard just to play this in best of 3, but this deck is really fun. I'm loving this deck so much, and I can't wait to play more. But for now, that's going to be me for today. We've been online for a little bit over 2 hours. I've got some other stuff to take care of, but definitely keep your eye on the channel. I'm going to be uploading a lot of games from this deck simply because I'm having such an absolute blast with it, and I think you will too. So until next time, y'all take care of yourselves.